Picture this. You're sleeping or you're working or spending time with your family, and in the background, the leads are coming in automatically. People are booking your webinar or booking appointments on your calendar or leaving their email so that you can get in touch with them later on. This is precisely what we'll be covering in this video, which is a step-by-step video tutorial for beginners. And the best part is that it does not matter what business you're in. You could be a lawyer, a real estate agent, a restaurant owner, an accountant, a dentist, or even a marketing consultant. Doesn't matter. Knowing how to capture leads automatically can drastically grow your business, especially when it runs on autopilot. Okay, grab yourself a cup of coffee or your favorite beverage and let's build this. So, on a high level, this is what we'll learn in this video. We will create an AI chatbot from scratch and add it to a website. So when a user comes in and starts chatting with the AI chatbot, it will answer their questions, and then after a set number of messages, show them a webinar invitation or an appointment scheduling link, or just ask the user if they want someone from the company to contact them. If they say yes, we will take their email or phone number and add it to Google Sheets so that it can later be added to a drip campaign or a CRM system. It's an exciting way to engage visitors and potentially turn them into customers. Okay, let's look at how we can set this up. I'm going to build this AI chatbot for a fictitious law company called Justice IP, specializing in intellectual property such as trademarks, copyrights, or patents. Once the chatbot is ready, we will then deploy the chatbot on Justice IP's website. For the knowledge base, I will be using these two PDF documents, but you can use multiple documents as well. Also, if you want to follow along with this video, you can find the PDF documents plus all the prompts, templates, etc. I've used in this video in the resource hub. I'll leave a link in the description. So now once you log in, navigate to the resource section and select the relevant video. Once you're there, you'll be able to access all the resources that I've mentioned in this video. If you're new to this channel and don't know who I am, my name is Sandeep Kayastha. I run my own AI development and automation company called FlipBytes, where we help businesses, big and small, identify how they can use AI and automation to streamline processes, cut costs, and ultimately boost profits. Okay, to create the chatbot, we will use a bot building software called Voiceflow. Why? Because it is one of the best and most comprehensive AI bot building platforms, at least till now. Just to be clear, this video is not sponsored by Voiceflow in any way. I'm recommending Voiceflow because I've used it myself and like its features. That's all. All right. So once you create your account, you will come to the Voiceflow's dashboard. All right. So the first thing is that we'll create an assistant. So on the top right hand, click on new assistant, give it a name. So I'm going to call it Lead Gen AI Chatbot. Okay. And then for modality, just select chat, and language by default is English. Okay, now just say continue. And for this is manage access, but since I'm the only person, so I'm just going to go ahead and say create assistant. All right, so now this is the canvas and there is some dummy text out here. What we can do is we can, this is coming very cluttered. So just on your keyboard, press the negative sign, the minus sign, and it will zoom this out. So once this is zoomed out, you can select this and then hit delete. And now you have a clean canvas. And of course, to zoom in, you can actually press the plus sign. All right. So, all right, there you go. Okay. So the first thing is that we create a knowledge-based chatbot. To create a knowledge-based chatbot, we need to have a knowledge base. All right. So where we create a knowledge base is like on the left-hand side, if you go to connect and then out here in knowledge. For the knowledge base, I have these two documents and they are files, they are PDFs. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload them. Let's go to desktop. You have knowledge base, and then these are the two files. If you want to see, one is, I'm just going to open that. There's some documentation which I got off the internet about trademarks and patents, and the other one is again the same thing. It's about trademarks, info pack. I just got it off the internet, and so this is only for the purpose of creating this chatbot. All right, so you import this, and it's importing right now, and it's all synced in and it's all imported. Perfect. So now the chatbot is trained on these two documents, so you can inquire that. Okay, so now let's go back to our canvas and we'll start building the chatbot right now. So the first thing is that you want the chatbots to say hello, and so let's add a talk step. So which is you're going to talk, you're going to text, and I can say something like, hi, assistant. Okay. Hi, I'm Beth, Justice IP's AI assistant. And then we can add another one. So you go here. How can I help you today? All right. So that says, how can I help you today? Now, again, when what we'll do is we will generate a couple of variations for this thing, so that when a person is actually inquiring again and again, let's say somebody comes and wants to inquire a couple of times, he doesn't get the same message. There's some variation, so you can actually generate 3 variants of the same thing, okay, and the system will show it one by one or in a different way. So you can say that, and these are the 3 variations where the system is generated. How can I help you today? What can I assist you with today? Is there anything I can do for you today? How may I be of help today? Okay, and I like all of them. So I can press Command Enter to accept all. In Windows computer, probably something else. All right, so that's it. So all of these 4. So this every time a user comes in, and the system is going to actually cycle between these 4. All right. So now let's test this. We can play it, and it says, hi, I'm Beth, Justice IP's AI assistant. How may I be of help today? Okay, perfect. Okay. So now once this happens, after that, you need to ask something from the user. So that's a captcha. So what exactly? So I can say that, hey, what is a trademark, or how to file a trademark, and things like that, or what is a patent. So I can inquire, I can ask them, I can query the knowledge base. And for that, I'm going to put a capture step here. So we will put in a capture step. So there is a capture here, and that's it. And in entire user reply and last utterance. So what is last utterance? So basically last utterance is, these are all variables. We'll come to that later. But for now, you can understand that last utterance is whatever the user inputs. Okay, so it can be what is the trademark. So what is a trademark? This whole phrase is a last utterance. Okay, or how do I file for a trademark? Now this how do I file for a trademark? That's a last utterance. All right. So once this happens, the system is going to wait for the user to input something. Once he inputs, then it actually goes to the AI step. All right. So what we need to do is, after this, we will add an AI response step. Okay. And out here it's written knowledge base. So we'll select knowledge base question. Please help answer this question. And then of course just question, and then you can put the variable which is last utterance. All right, and there you go. So to the AI it goes as, please help answer this question, and in the last utterance, let's say the user inputs what is a trademark. So the question, please help, for AI will be, please help answer the question, what is a trademark. So it's not this question, actually should be the question. Okay, and then instructions, again you can actually put a prompt out here. Okay, I want to show you something now. So you can actually enter a prompt here, right here, and the system is going to use this prompt. But if you want to override that, so even in knowledge base, if you go to the knowledge base right now, where we have these 2 things, the system already has a prompt right here. Okay, and since we're here, let me just walk you through this part as well. This is a prompt. You can change the system prompt out here, and it is using an AI model which is called the GPT 3.5 Turbo. You can actually select something else as well. If you want GPT 4, or if you want Claude Instant 1.2, Claude 1, we can actually select between this thing. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to just use GPT 3.5. And the temperature. Now the temperature basically means that how creative you want the AI to be, or so it can, once it is 0, this basically signifies that the AI cannot be, you're not giving it permission to be creative. What it should do is only reference the knowledge base. If the answer is not on the knowledge base, don't go outside and get it. Just say, no, I don't know the answer. Okay, so then it will only reference the knowledge base. The more, if you increase the temperature, what it happens is that it gets more and more creative. So what if in case it does not find the answer within the knowledge base, it's going to go outside, or it's going to actually check its own database. All right. And so we don't want that. What we want is, and for this particular video, we want that it should only reference, all the answers should be only referenced from the knowledge base, and it should not go creative at all. So I'm just going to reduce the temperature to 0. Max token means that the answer, so like, just use 128 tokens for answering the question. Because see, if it's a very, very open-ended question, something like what is a trademark, what AI can do is it can actually generate a very big response, in which case it is going to take a lot of tokens, which basically means that it's going to take a lot of money. All right, because it tokens is the AI's money, sort of like that. So that is the reason we actually put a limit on this thing, that maximum 128 tokens, which is good enough. Basically, it'll give you concise answers rather than actually getting very elaborate ones. Okay, and so this is the prompt. You are an FAQ AI chat assistant. Information will be provided with the help of answer, blah, 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 something like that. Okay. But what we can do is we can override this by giving our own prompt. And since it's a legal document, I want the prompt to be like this. Act as an experienced lawyer. You limit your knowledge to the context provided. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about when I talked about temperature. We want to only reference the documents. Okay, so all the answers should be from the documents, not from outside. You will provide accurate answers, and so you can actually go through this thing. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave a link to this prompt in the description and in the resource hub as well. So once you are done with the video, you can refer the resource hub to find everything. So all the documents will be right there. Okay. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this, and instead of this, I'm going to change it and I'm going to put it here, and that's it. Save it. All right. So now the system is going to use that prompt. Let's go back. Okay. So now so now this prompt is either you can give the prompt here. So if you want to put it out here, that is also fine. You can actually add it out here. But since I've already added it there, I don't want it. So I'm just going to remove it from here. Okay. After this, what I'm going to do is, so we've already captured the step. Let's attach this to this, and then we will want to attach this back to this. Now, the reason I'm doing loop is that it will ask the question. So once the user asks the question, it will capture the user's question and then generate a response, and then again come back and ask the user a next question if in case he wants to. Otherwise, he can actually quit the chat. All right. So let's test this. One thing I want to just get rid of is this particular one, path not found. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Okay. So let's test this. All right. I'm just going to start this off. Hi, I'm Beth, Justice IPC AI assistant. How may I help you today? All right. So I can ask something like, what is a trademark? Okay. So now this is the capture step. Once I enter, it is going to go into the last utterance variable, which we're talking about. All right. So, and that is going to be fed into the AI. So once I put it there, now it is going to the AI right here, and the AI generates a response. There you go. A trademark is a sign used by a person in the course of a business or trade. So now this is, again, what I want to show you is this is called the debug mode. So debug mode it's kind of helpful because it tells you exactly what model is being used and how many tokens are being used and all those. If you want to just switch this off and you don't want this, when you're developing it, it's it's a good practice to actually have that, so you know exactly what is flowing in. But if you are, if you don't want that is bothering you, you can go out here, the cogwheel, and just switch off the debug mode, in which case this is going to disappear. All right. So I'm going to switch it on because I like it, having it out here. Okay. So that's it. So again, it comes back, and now I can ask, the next question is, all right, so what is a patent? And now again, this is the last utterance now, and then it goes to the AI again, and then the AI responds. A patent is a form of intellectual property protection that grants exclusive rights to an inventor for the invention, and so on and so forth. All right, again, so all the data is right here. So now this is a basic chatbot. Okay, so this is a knowledge-based chatbot. You already have a knowledge base. If you want to actually increase the knowledge base, let's say tomorrow you have 10 more documents, all you have to do is just go back to the knowledge base, wherever the documents are, and then you can actually upload those 10 documents as well, and then you can easily reference. So the system is going to get trained on that, and it will start referencing. So you can actually ask questions on those new documents as well. All right. So right now, this is a knowledge-based chatbot. Now, what we'll do is, for the purpose of this video, this is not a knowledge-based chatbot. What we are building is a lead generation chatbot. Now, I want to talk about the difference between a customer service chatbot and a lead generation chatbot. The biggest difference is that a customer service chatbot's main job is to answer customer questions, using information provided. So questions like, where is my order, or how do I do this, and so on and so forth. On the other hand, a lead generation chatbot also answers customer questions, but its main goal is to get the customer's email or phone number and then show them ads. So depending on the question asked, it might offer an ebook, invite them to a webinar, or provide a link to schedule an appointment, and so on. Okay, so the whole idea is that the user is going to ask questions to the chatbot. So after every 3 messages, an ad is going to be shown to the user. All right. So an ad could be, so in our case, the first ad would be the invitation to the webinar. The second would be an appointment scheduling. So I'm going to share a Calendly link. And the third would be that I would ask them for their phone number or email, and then we'll use an external system or an API, and then we'll input that email into Google Sheets so that we can we can do other processing. Like we can use that email for putting that into CRM, or we can use that email to put into a drip campaign, whatever we want to do. So those are 3 things we want to do. Okay. So first thing is that we need to define variables. Now, what are variables? So what's a variable? Let me explain in a very simple way. Imagine you have a toy box and you name it My Favorite Toys. You can put your toys in the box, take them out and play with them. Later, you might decide to put different toys in that box. In this story, the toy box is like a variable. It's a special place we give to a space where we keep things, like toys or numbers. We can always check what's inside the box, change the toys, or even put new toys in. Just like you can put your dinosaur toy in the My Favorite Toy box today and maybe a race car tomorrow, in computers, we use variables to keep and change the information whenever we need. Okay, perfect. So now you know what variables are. So let's see how to actually use them. Okay. So the first thing is that what we need to do is we'll go to set. It's not set AI, it should be set. Okay, so set is a step. Set is basically what it does is it actually initializes the variable. So what it'll do is for add router, it's going to make it as 1, and for message send, it's going to make it as 0. So it's going to initialize the variables. You don't have to worry about exactly what in depth what they are. Just know that this is a step wherein message send, that variable is set to 0 and the add router is set to 1. Okay, and what we'll do is just is to initialize the variables. And what we'll do is let's go to apply to, and then there is something called create new variable. I'm going to create one called message sent. Okay, so this is a variable which is going to track how many messages have been sent before it can show an ad. Remember, so what we'll do is we will track this, and when this count reaches 3, once the user has asked questions to the chatbot and this message count reaches 3, we will show an ad to the user. All right, so the first thing is called message sent, and you can just say message sent in description as well, and that's fine. And there's no default value, you just say create variable. All right, and applies to this thing. So what is the value? We need to set the value for message sent, so we'll initialize it to 0. Okay, and that's what we want. And after that, we will add another variable. So add set. So now this is variable 2, and let's create another one called add router. So it cycles between the ads. All right, so this is the variable. What is going to happen is that once it's 1, it is going to show ad number 1. If it's set to 2, it's going to show ad number 2, and when set to 3, it's going to show ad number 3. All right, so that is a variable to keep track of that. This is going to get more clearer as and when we proceed. So, right now, just don't worry about it. Just say add router, create variable, and it's ready. Let's initialize that to 1, and that's it. So we are set. Okay, so now when you're ready, when we actually, let's run this portion. So what it's going to do is, hi, I'm Beth, just as IP assistant. How can I help you today? And I want to see if you see that evaluating code changes. Add router is set from 0 to 1. All right. Okay, so these are initialized now, and this is working fine. Okay, so what we'll do is let's push this up a little bit. All right. So now variables have been initialized out here, and it goes to the capture step and then comes to AI. All right. And So what we need to do is we need a mechanism wherein it says that, if you remember, we actually have message sent variable, okay, so which is initialized to 0. And after every 3 messages from 3 interactions with the user, we want to show the add triggered message. So what we'll do is let's put in an if logic from here. Let's go to conditions. Okay. And before that, we will actually have a JavaScript. So if you see the JavaScript right here, okay. So in JavaScript, what you need to do is you want to actually message send. This particular one, this is the variable. We'll say plus plus. Now, what does plus plus mean? This means that increment, okay. So every time there's a, so if you remember, this is a loop, right? The user asks a question to an AI, then the AI responds back and then goes back. Okay. So what we'll do is in this case JavaScript, and this is plus plus. Okay. And after that, in the conditional logic, so conditional is if else basically. So if this happens, then do this, or if this happens, then do this. Okay. So in this case, what we'll say is that if add condition, your variable, which is message sent, right? Okay. So this, if message sent is equal to 3, enter, then show them this, else do this. Okay, so no match, and I'm going to add that path, that else path. I'm going to connect it back to this system. And if this is true, then do one thing, just go to text message and say add, okay, add trigger. Okay, we will build on the add later on, but for now, basically, let's test this and see if this is working fine or not. So essentially what is happening is that, okay, when the user starts off, hi, I'm Beth, Justice IP's assistant. This starts off and it initializes the variables, and then, the user is asked what exactly are you looking for? And then he's going to ask questions. Let's say, what is a trademark? What is a patent? How do you file a trademark? Now, when these 3 interactions happen, 3 questions happen, every time when the user asks, so what is a trademark? It comes here. And then in the JavaScript code, this particular one, what we are doing is we are incrementing the message count. So from 0, it becomes 1. Okay, then again, the second, what is a patent? It comes back. Again, it becomes 2. Then how do you file for a trademark? It becomes 3. The moment it becomes 3, it comes here. Message sends equal to 3, and it should say add trigger. Otherwise, else it goes back. Okay, so let's test this particular portion. All right. Okay, and it says, hi, I'm Beth, Justice IP's AI assistant. How may I help you today? And your add router is initialized from 0 to 1. Okay, so I'm going to say, what is a trademark? Okay. So now it's going to the knowledge base to get the answer, and there you go. That's the response. All right. So now there are a couple of things which I want you to see here. One is that if you see the message sent, now this is the first message, right? So it has been going, so message sent is from 0, it's changed to 1 now. So the variable has incremented. If you remember in JavaScript, in this particular one, we actually said message sent plus plus. Okay, so in this case, what has happened is the message sent is become 1, and the rest everything is okay. And the model is GPT 3.5 tokens, blah, blah. So now it is actually answered the question, what is a trademark? Okay. And that's it. So now it's come back, and the user can ask him the question called, all right, what is a patent? Okay. Now it goes back again. And if you see, so this is, again, the knowledge base has answered the question, what is a patent? And most important is, if you see the message sent, it's gone from 1 to 2 now. So it's incremented. And if you remember at the 3, so there is an if statement saying message sent is equal to 3, then trigger the add. So let's ask another question saying, what is law? I'm just making things up right now. Okay, and okay. And if you see this thing, okay, so law refers to the system of rules. So the system has actually answered the question. Message sent becomes 2 to 3. And the moment this happens, the add is triggered. So now the if condition is fulfilled, message sent is equal to 3. And then it is add triggered. Okay, perfect. So this is what I wanted to show you. Now what we'll do is in this particular one, so this is the baseline. This is ready. And now what we should do is we'll create some actual ads. All right. So let me just show you how to create ads. On a side note, I hope you're getting some value out of this video. And if you are, please click the like button. It really supports the channel and helps me create free content like this for you. Also, I love automation. And on this channel, my goal is to create many more videos where I show you step by step how to use AI and automation for automating mundane and repetitive tasks for your business. So if you're interested in this topic, hit the subscribe button below and so you never miss out when I post a new video. Lastly, I'm excited to announce my free 20-minute consulting call giveaway. If you're interested in winning a chance to chat with me or any of my team members about using AI in your business, here's your opportunity. To enter the giveaway, simply leave a comment on this video and tell me how you're using AI or intend to use AI in your business and what challenges you are currently facing. I'm keen to learn about your experiences and struggles with AI. I've added the giveaway instructions in the pinned comment below this video. So I'll select one winner on the first Friday of every month. So this giveaway is ongoing. Even if you're watching this video 10 months from now, you'll still have a chance to win a free consulting call with me or any of my team members. So go ahead and leave your comment below. I'll respond to you and add your username to the pinned comment. I look forward to connecting with you. Okay, let's get back to the video. All right, so the first thing what we'll do is to create an ad is, okay, let's go to JavaScript. All right, let's put this out here and say, so what is the purpose of the ad? So the whole idea is that we will, the user is going to ask 3 questions and then the ad is going to trigger. Okay. After that, the user variable, which is the message sent, should be back to 0. And then again, the user asks 3 questions and then the second ad is going to show. So the ad router controls how many ads and which ad is shown. Okay. So that should go from, ad router should go from 1 to 2 to 3, and message sent every time an ad is shown should go back to 0. So in this case, what we'll do is we'll put in message sent is equal to 0 and message sent is equal to 0 and ad router is equal to 1. Sorry, is equal to 2. Okay. Because this is the ad. So the moment the ad router is already been initialized to 1. So it is going to show this ad, and the moment it shows this, so after this ad is displayed, the message sent should be equal to 0 and the ad router should be equal to 2, so that the next time it comes, it should show ad 2. Okay, so this is ad 1. I'm going to change the name of this thing. Okay, and this is JavaScript block, default value, this is fine. We have done this thing. And then I'm going to add the webinar invite. So there's a card element, you just put a card out here. So you can browse that. I already have that. Where is that gone? Okay, right here, webinar. So you can use anything. You can use a webinar invite, a card, or you can actually have an ebook or something else. Whatever it is, it's just an ad. Doesn't matter what it is, okay? And out here you can say webinar invitation. So webinar invitation, and enter the card description as well. So you can put it out here. Okay, and the button is, if you want to put a button, we can put an action on this thing. You can say register now. All right, and let's put a URL next to it. So it opens the moment the user clicks on this thing, it actually opens the webinar invite. I don't have a webinar invite, so I'm just going to put my website so we can actually see this in real time how it works. Okay, let's put it out here. Okay, so now it goes to this place. All right, perfect. So this ad 1 is ready. Now let's try to do the same thing. Let's try to copy this, and then I'm going to go ahead and paste it. This is ad 2. Okay, so I'm going to make a change out here. This is ad 2 JavaScript. I'm going to change it now. Message is supposed to be 0 and ad router set it to 3. Okay, why 3? So that it shows the third ad. Okay, and now in the card section we will actually upload something else. I'm going to use Calendly. Okay, oh perfect. So it's coming right now, and this is book a free consultation. Okay, that's it. And book now. Or you can just say book a free consultation right here. All right, and now if, let's say, go to buttons. Instead of register now, what I want is book now. Okay, and instead of opening the URL, it will actually open a URL as well. So again, I'm gonna use my Calendly link here just to show. Okay, so this is my invite, Flipbytes, in case somebody wants to join. So this is my Calendly invite. I'm going to take that URL and I'm going to put it there. So when somebody says book now, just open this URL, and there you go. All right, so now card 2 is also ready, and the third card is going to be a little different, and let's create that now. Okay, so for the third one, let me just just put it out here. Let's copy this one and then paste it out here again. Perfect. So now this is add 3. I just need a little bit more space, so I'm just going to move this up. Oh, this is fine. All right, in this case, now message sent is equal to 0 and add router becomes 1. So once this ad is displayed, you want to reset it back to 1 so that it can show the first ad. Okay, so, and this is add 3, so let's update that. JavaScript. Okay, we've already done this. All right, and now what I want to do is, instead of this, I'm just going to delete this. What I want to do is I want to ask a question and capture their email and phone numbers. So let's use a text thing out here saying that, would you like our experts to get in touch with you? If yes, then please, what is your contact preference? Okay, so we've already asked that. And then what we need to do is we want to capture their email and we want to get the phone number, email. In this case, what we'll do is we'll add some buttons. Now, where are the buttons? There you go. Okay, so let's call this button email. Add a button. This is for email, and then this is for phone. And add another button. Basically just say, no, I am not interested, or something like that. Okay, so we have email, we have phone number, and I'm not interested. Okay, so next is that what we'll do is we'll add a regular text message saying that please enter a valid email. Okay, and then you can actually please enter a valid email, and I can generate 3 variations there so that it's not mundane, it's not the same message again and again. So I'm just going to create 3 variations of this. Please provide a valid email, enter a valid email address, and so on and so forth. All right, so come on, enter. Let's use all of these. Then same thing with the phone as well. I'm just going to say text, please enter a valid phone number. Okay, and I'm just going to generate, all right, so this is just, by mistake I did that. Okay, so 3 variations, and I'm going to use Control D. Again, that's fine. All right, so this is done. Okay, so we have please enter a valid email and please enter a valid phone number. Now, next what we need to do is we need to create an entity. So entity is something which you actually require to capture email or phone number. So we'll create that right now. So let's go to capture. Okay, because we need to capture the user response. And once you actually click here, okay, right here, enter user reply, and then create a new entity. So in this case, what we'll do is we'll call it email, and then it's of type email, and just create entity, and then let's create another one, capture, phone, this phone number of type phone number. All right, and that's it. Okay, so now we have we have the text box which says please enter a valid email. So you will actually put in the email, and then it is going to capture, this entity is going to capture the email, and this entity is going to capture the phone number. Okay, so now what we want to do is, once we actually get the user the phone number and the email, or the email from the user, we want to actually put that into Google Sheets. Okay, so now Google Sheet, for that we need to use an API. So let's go to API object out here, and let's call it API, and then connect it out here. And I'm going to show you exactly how to work with the API. Okay, so now this is connected. All right, so what we'll do is we will connect this API to an interim called make. Okay, so make is something like Zapier. What it does is it takes the data from which is coming from the chatbot, and it actually sends it to Google Sheet. Okay, so let's go to make.com. I'm going to log in right now. Let's go to templates, something which is already existing, and let's search now. So what we need to do is we want to search webhook. All right, so what's a webhook? A webhook is like a doorbell for computers. When you press a doorbell at someone's house, it tells the people inside that you're there. Similarly, a webhook lets one computer program send a message to another program to tell it that something has happened. Imagine you have a mailbox that alerts you every time you get a mail. You don't have to keep checking the mailbox. It tells you when there's something new. So in the online world, when something new happens in one program, it can use a webhook to instantly tell another program, hey, something has happened, check it out. This way, the other program can react right away, like sending you an email or updating information on your website or something totally different. Webhook is basically, what is going to capture all the data which is coming from your chatbot. And I'm going to show you how that works. So let's put webhook in this case. And so there's a webhook, and then we can put Google Sheets. Oh, so it's already there. So this is the scenario where an add data to Google Sheet received from a webhook, and that's exactly what we want. So just select that. Okay, and that's it. So what we'll do is create a webhook, and I'm going to create a webhook now first. So let's call it my gateway webhook. Okay, that's kind of weird. So let's call it lead gen webhook or something like that. All right, and IP restriction, you don't need anything. And then what you can do is you can just say save. All right, so after this, now this is the URL which you need to use. This is the URL. So once you send something on this URL, Make will be able to capture that data. Okay, so, and it's looking right now. So let's do that. Let's copy this to the clipboard. Go to our chatbot. I'm sorry. Okay, and let's, in the get request, just paste your webhook. Okay, and in the parameters, what we'll do is we will say email. Okay, in the parameters, you can say enter parameter key and value. So key will be email, and then you can open the curly brackets and select email from here. And then you can actually add one more, capture request, enter key. Oh, sorry, not capture request. It will be parameter only. So add one more. It'll be phone, and then you can actually say open curly brackets, phone, and it's all set. Okay, so now what is going to happen is, let's test this. All right, so I'm going to send email and phone from here, and what should happen is it should be able to capture this. And so right now, if you see this this red button, there's a small wheel which is sort of moving. What it means is that it's actually listening for us to send something, and it'll capture that. Okay, so let's send a request and put email. So I'm going to say sandeep@123.com, and I'm just going to say some phone number 123456778. All right, and say generate. Okay, and we have a status of 200, which basically means it's a success. Let's check there, and successfully determined. So perfect. So now the connection is established. It's working fine. All right, and let's continue now. All right, so it says spreadsheet ID. Now you have to go and connect your spreadsheet. So I already have made a spreadsheet, and I'm going to connect that. So I already logged in the connection. If you're not logged in, then you have to log in through your Google ID. Once you log in, you should be able to see the spreadsheets within the account. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and find that spreadsheet. Okay, so there's shared globally. Within shared globally, so there's another folder, how to build lead gen chatbots, and within that I have my sheet, lead gen chatbot test. Okay, and that's it. So once this is connected, now sheet name is sheet 1. All right, so now if you open this, you can see from the webhook you have two entities, right? So one is email, the other is phone number. So I'm going to use the email here, and I'm going to put the phone number in column 2. Okay, continue, and now it is connected perfectly. Run this scenario. So I'm going to run it. So now it's connected. Okay, so now we have to send something. Now it's looking for, you see this this wheel, it is actually expecting some data which is supposed to come in. So let's go back to the sheet. All right, and I'm going to send this again. So send request, and let's change this now to abc.com or something like that, and just call this 987654321. All right, and generate. So I've got a 200, which basically means that, okay, so the webhook is run, and I should have something in my sheet. Perfect. And you can see that there is Sandeep at abc.com is already inputted out here. Okay, let's test again. So run once, and so this is running once, and this is basically when you switch this on, this will start reading it again and again. All right, so let's do this again. I'm going to send something else. Let's do, so I'm going to say Beth 1234 at 123.com, something like that, and then I'm going to change the phone number. I'm going to put in something random here, and I'm just going to say generate again. And again, I got a 200 response, which means it's working fine. It ran out here, and you see this is already entered here. Perfect. So it's working perfect. Now let's do the real thing. Okay, so let's test this properly, and this whole thing is working fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play this scenario. All right, so let's play from here. Okay, so JavaScript evaluating code, add router has been set to 1. Okay, and saying what would you like our experts to get in touch with you, and it says, okay, whether you want phone number or email, or I'm not interested. So I'm just going to say email, and then ask me, please provide a valid email. So I'm just going to say Sandeep at gmail.com. Okay, and enter, and now it's opened the API connection, and it is going there. So API call successfully triggered. Now you should see the entry right here, and there you go. It's right here, Sandeep, this thing. Okay, let's try this with the phone number as well. And we don't have to open this. This doesn't need to be opened. Even if I close this, it's still going to work because it's running in the background. Okay, so I'm just going to go back now, and I'm going to start this again. And I'm going to run this scenario again. Let's go. All right. Would you like our experts to get in touch with you? And I'll say phone. Enter a valid phone. So I'm just going to say 98 something, some number. Okay. This is not my number, so please don't give a call on this number. Okay, and that's it. So I'm just going to enter that, and then through API it should go successfully. And let's check this out. Okay, perfect. So now we have a phone number as well. And so this is exactly how it works, and so it's really, really powerful. And the reason it's powerful is because you can actually not only send phone number, emails, or name, you can send first name and last name as well, but more importantly, you can actually send the whole chat transcript. So if it's, let's say if it's going to a salesperson, he has the first name, the last name, he has the email, he has a phone number, and he has the intent as well as to why the user called in or chatted basically. So that is really powerful. And then of course, this is an inbound marketing. The user, your prospect is already ready. He is ready for your salespeople to contact him. So that is what is so amazing about the system. So there are a lot of options out here. You can have like, what tools do you have? Increment functions. You can actually do all these things out here. So it is literally endless what all you can do with this thing. Or you can totally run a different scenario where you can actually use webhook to Google Sheets to email as well. So, this is amazing because you can set up a drip campaign in this case. So whatever data you receive, if it's an email which goes to Google Sheet, then you can actually activate a drip campaign wherein that email is taken by a marketing automation system and it starts emailing clients on a weekly basis or something like that. So this whole process can be automated. So as you can see, there are a lot of options. Okay. Okay. So now this portion is finished, and now what we need to do is, okay, so there's one more step we need to do is we need to actually add back to home, so that all of these are connected. So let's call this back to home. Okay. And this, what we can do is we can ask, is there anything else we can help you with? Okay. And generate 3 responses. And then enter that. All right, so that is done now. And then what we can do is, let's change the color for this one so it actually is a little different. And then now what you can do is you can actually connect all of these to here. So you just pull this right here. This is going right here. And in this case, I'm not interested. This also goes right here. Okay. So what it means is that once the ad runs, it'll go back and ask the user, is there anything else? And in case he says no or yes, depending on that, it will actually read out the call. Okay. So this is done. Now the only thing which is remaining is the ad router. Now these are all ads which we have done, right? So, but they need to be called. So what we'll do is, in this case, we have set something called ad triggered. And of course, now we'll actually change this. This is the ad router, which is going to say that, okay, ad 1 should be shown, or ad 2 should be shown, or ad 3 should be shown, based on what the ad router value is. Okay, so let's put in the logic step here and put in the condition. And it's condition 1. So I'm going to say ad 1. All right, so show ad 1. Okay, so if ad condition is variable, and then in variable we'll select ad router is equal to, so right now it's 1, enter. Then what it's supposed to do is, if ad router is equal to 1, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show. Now you have to go to actions, and then you will go to block, and the block you have to select ad 1. There you go. Okay. And if there's not a match, then the path is else. So then let's copy this and then paste it out here. Paste it. That becomes 2. Ad router is equal to 1. And now I'm going to change this ad router is equal to 2. And enter. Okay. And then paste again. Ad router is equal to 3. And enter. Okay. So now we have to change this. So I'm just going to go here and say, instead of add, I'm going to say add 2. And then out here you can say edit, add 3. All right. So what is going to happen is, it says message is equal to 3. So it comes here and says add triggered. Okay. So add router is equal to 1. It goes to add 1. If add router is not equal to 1, okay, so we have initialized that. So what it's going to do is, it's going to go to else, and now it goes here. Okay. So now it goes to is add router 2. If add router is equal to 2, then it goes to add 2. But if its add router value is not equal to 2, then it goes to this particular portion. So it says add router is equal to 3. Okay, and now it goes to add 3. And even that is not possible. Then what it does is, then we can put another step out here. Just a text says, just say add router, sorry, failed. Okay, and that's it. So this is what happens after, once the user starts inquiring. Okay, he asks question 1, 2, and 3. Then message sent is equal to 3. it'll send the control to the ad router, and in ad router it says that okay, so the first time what we are doing is, if you remember, we had initialized everything out here. So out here message sent is equal to 0 and ad router is equal to 1. So what is going to happen the first time, it is going to, ad router is going to be 1, so add 1 is going to be triggered. But if you now go to add 1, all right, so if you go to add 1 out here, if you see what in the JavaScript what we have done is we have made ad router is equal to 2. So first, the moment it comes here, it actually shows the ad, and then the ad router value is equal to 2, okay, and then goes back home. And if the user is still inquiring and he's asking questions and everything, and then what happens is once it comes here, the ad router is going to be 2, so it will bypass this particular place. It goes to else, and then it goes to 2, and then it shows add 2. Okay, so let's test this. Actually, that'll be pretty nice. Let's see if in case it's working or not. Let's actually start from the very start, right? So run test. Okay, I am Ben, Justice IP AI assistant. What can I assist you with today? So I'll say again, what is a trademark? All right. Okay, so I'm going to ask first question. Now the message sent value is equal to 1. I've got the answer. Okay, and if you see, the message sent is equal to 1 now, right here. All right. Okay, so then what is a patent? Sorry. What is a patent? All right, so that is message 2, and then I got answer from for patent as well, and then the value of message sent is equal to 2. This variable is equal to 2. Okay, and now the last one is, how do I file for a patent? So let's say, how do I file for a patent? All right, so now when I enter this, message sent is equal to 3. Okay, so it should go to add triggered, which should go to add router 1, which should trigger this particular ad. Okay, so let's see what happens. So I'm going to say enter, how do I file for a patent? It will show me the answer first. There you go. Now add router 1, it goes here, and add is triggered. So you see right here, perfect. So basically it tells me exactly how to file for a patent. Wow, that's a long answer. Okay, so it shows me to file for a patent. So it's given me the answer, and then the ad is triggered because the message is equal to 3, right? So message count, if you see, message sent is equal to, now the value is equal to 3 right here. So message count is equal to 3. So 1 second. Okay, so it comes here, then it goes to add triggered, and from add triggered, now add router is already equal to 1. So now it actually goes to add 1, and it goes on top right here, and then it comes back and comes to home. So right now it's out here. Okay, so at this point of time, the user can say, oh, register now, I want to click. So if he clicks here, and you can go to this is my agency. So I put in this URL for test purposes, but you can put in your the webinar URL. Okay, one thing I forgot is you have to connect back to home again to right here. So now you can capture that. So this is the whole system, you can see that. Okay, so let's run the whole system. Run test. Okay, I've already asked that question, the trademark question, a lot of times, so I'm just going to say hello. Basically the thing is, the whole idea is that you need to just increase the message count. So I'm going to say hi, and it's not going to find anything. So the message count, if you see, it's 1 now. Unable to find answer. I'm going to say hello. Okay, and then I'm going to say hey. So now it should trigger the ad. It goes there, it goes here, and then there you go, and the ad is triggered. Okay, so I'm going to say register now. I go back to my agency. This is my agency, in case, sorry for the shameful plug, but in case you need any help with AI chatbots or marketing automation, do check out my AI agency, and it's right here. You can always, I'll leave the link in the description. Okay, so it's come back to, is there anything else you can help you with? Do you need anything else? So basically I can say yes. Okay, so then again, now you have to understand one thing. Once it comes back, in this particular place in JavaScript out here, it has already set the variable to 0. The message sent is equal to 0 right now, okay? And the add route is equal to 2. So I'm going to say yes right here. And it says unable to find the answer. Now message sent is equal to 1. I'll say hello. Okay, and now message sent is equal to 2. And I'll say what's going on. Okay, and then the second ad should trigger. There you go. It goes up and cardinally. There you go. So book a free consultation. So I'm now going to say book now, and it takes me to the booking page directly. So this is my actual scheduling, meeting scheduling page. And so you can actually put yours as well out here. Okay. This is the URL. All right. So ad 2 has been successfully processed. All right. So now it says again, goes back to the same thing. Do you need help with anything else? And let's try to do something like yes. So again, it says message count is equal to 1. All right. There you go. Unable to find the answer, but count is equal to 1. And then again say, hey. Hello. All right. So now what should happen is it should trigger add 3. There you go. It goes 3, and then it says, would you like our experts to get in touch with you? If yes, then tell us. So yeah, I want to, and I would say take my email. And then it says enter valid email. So I'm just going to say sandeep@gmail.com, and I'll say enter. And now it goes through the API, and there should be an entry right now. There you go. Perfect. It's working amazingly well. All right. So this is all done. Okay. And API call successfully. Oh, I forgot to actually end. So what I'm going to do is back. One thing I need to add is if it fails, then you need to add a message saying that API failed. And that's it, right? So after that, and then after that, you can say end. So it stops right here. And once it's successful, then you can actually send it back to home. So again, one more thing I want to show you is this is back to home, which is very far off, right? So you don't have to, it just gets too messy with all the lines running in. So what I can do out here in Voiceflow is that I can actually say actions, and then go to blocks, and in block I should be able to find that. Oh, add router back to home. There you go. So this is much cleaner, right? So the essentially this is exactly the same thing. It'll actually go back to home and say, is there anything else I can help you with? Right here. Okay. Let's run it again. Let's just see it again one more time. All right. So I'm just going to run it from here. And this time I'm going to enter the phone, enter a valid phone. So I'm just going to say 98 something. All right. Uh-oh, that's too long. Okay, this is fine. And I'm just going to say enter. All right. Now it says, do you need help with anything else? Right here. And it should have entered the phone number, which is right here. Perfect. All right, so this is the whole chatbot, and as you can see, it's pretty elaborate right now, and we've covered a lot of things. But this is really, really good. And the best part is that this is not, I've used a lawyer example, but you don't have to. It can be used for real estate agents. It can be used for restaurants. It can be used for any business. It doesn't matter what business it is. So the final step is to publish this and put it on our website so people can easily take that. So let's do that now. Okay, so this is the website which I had created. This is a dummy website. It doesn't exist. Okay, and what I'll do is now I'll create a chat bubble here. So when a user comes in, he can actually click on the chat bubble and then converse with the AI to get all the information. Okay, so for that, what we'll do is we will go and publish the bot. Publish, just say publish. So this is the best part of using Voiceflow. It's super easy. They make the publishing the chatbot very, very simple. Okay. So what we can do is just say version 1 so that you can actually, know exactly which version this is. And if in case you want to make some changes, you can always update it to version 2, and then deploy it. So now it's publishing at this point of time. You can see that 34%. Okay, so it's ready and I'm already done. So embed widget. All right, so now we're in the publish section. Okay, and this is the code which we need to actually input. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And so if you go down, you can actually customize the look and feel as well. So if in general, it says starting template web chat, and then in appearance, you can actually change, you can upload your own image, or you can change the colors. All right, so my sample website, which we have, it has these colors basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up the colors. So it actually is a little better. Let's pick up this color. Okay, let's go back. And what we can do is we can actually change the color here. So I can say hex, this is the one. And there you go. See, just like that, the whole thing changed. All right. So, and this is the sample. This is how it's coming. And you can upload your logo as well. Not the best one, but well, you get the point. Let's see. This is again the same thing. Okay, not bad. So now I've updated the colors and sort of an avatar as well. So it looks much better, right? Okay. So this is done. The next thing is that we need to deploy this on our website. So we'll pick up this code. So what I'm using is, for our dummy website, we're using WordPress. So in WordPress, there's a header and footer section. So most websites, whether you use WordPress or Wix, or even if you have let's say you have a custom website, so there is a head section and there is a body section, okay? This code needs to go on every page in the body section, okay? And that's what we'll do in the head section. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it out here. This is the code which I got from this thing. So just copy this from Voiceflow and then paste it out here, or maybe not in the head. So let's put it in the body. Okay. All right. And that's it basically. So then there's a footer code as well. This is a plugin in WordPress. It is called head and footer codes. In case you want, if you're using WordPress, you can use this and just say save changes. And let's see if in case we get that chat bubble. All right, and there you go. There's the chat bubble right here. You can see that. And now if we fire this up and you can starting template, web chat. Of course, we can actually customize all of this information. Hi, my name is Beth. I'm Justice IP Assistant. So how do I file for a trademark application? Let's see how that works. And that's it. We now have created a lead generation AI chatbot that can capture your leads on autopilot and can drastically grow your business. You can use this video and build your own AI chatbot for your business, or if you want us to create it for you, check out my AI automation agency, FlipBytes. I'll drop all the links in the description. Also, here's another awesome step-by-step video on how to create a customer service AI chatbot from scratch, or you can watch another video that I'm sure you'll find very useful. I can't wait to see you in future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.